Retaliation that could bring the Middle East closer to a full-scale regional war has been claimed by Israel, which claims to have carried out direct airstrikes against Iranian military targets. Iran's missile and drone manufacturing facilities and aerial defenses were the targets of an Israeli airstrike that was said to have been completed on Saturday morning, according to the Israel Defense Forces. 3 waves of strikes, according to Israel's public broadcaster, were carried out. According to Iranian air defenses, Israel attacked military targets in the Tehran, Khuzestan, and Ilam provinces and caused limited damage in some locations. In central Tehran, footage shown by local media showed air defenses continuously firing at what appeared to be incoming projectiles without specifying which sites were being attacked. 2 soldiers had died, according to the official news agency IRNA. According to the statement, the Army of the Islamic Republic of Iran sacrificed 2 of its fighters while countering projectiles from the criminal Zionist regime in order to defend Iran's security, protect the people, and protect Iran's interests. Citing sources, the semi-official Tasnim news agency stated, Israel will undoubtedly face a proportional response for any action it takes, and Iran reserves the right to respond to any aggression. The strikes against Iranian military targets were described as extensive and precise by a senior U.S. official. The official stated that the U.S. did not take part in the strikes, but collaborated with the Israeli government to encourage a low-risk attack that did not harm civilians. A proportionate response of self-defense was the result. The impact is to dissuade future assaults and to corrupt Iran's capacities to send off future assaults, they said. The U.S. considered the operation to be an end to the exchange of fire between Israel and Iran, the official emphasized. At 2:30 a.m. local time on Saturday, at least 7 explosions were heard over Tehran, the capital, Karaj, and Mashhad, an eastern city. The attack lasted about 4 hours. Throughout the nation, air defense systems were activated. The airstrikes were initially portrayed as exaggerated by Iranian media, which showed footage of Tehran's airport operating normally. The source of the explosions, which Iranian media reported were the subject of an investigation, was not immediately addressed by Tehran in an official capacity. The IDF acknowledged the attack on Iran for the first time in a statement, confirming that the decades-old secret war between the states has now come to light. According to the military, the Days of Repentance operation involved dozens of fighter jets, all of which safely returned to their bases. The IDF stated in a statement sent to X, "The Israel Defense Forces are currently carrying out precise strikes on military targets in Iran as a response to the Iranian regime's months-long attacks on the State of Israel." The attacks on Saturday were widely anticipated to be in response to an Iranian missile barrage on October 1st that saw an estimated 180 ballistic missiles fired at Tel Aviv and military bases. Tehran claimed that the unprecedented attack was carried out in support of its Lebanese ally Hezbollah following Israel's ground invasion and in response to the July killing of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran. Despite the fact that the majority of the missiles were destroyed, dozens were able to hit the Nevatim air base, demonstrating that Iran was able to at least partially breach Israel's advanced air defense systems at some of its most heavily guarded locations. The occupied West Bank saw the death of 1 person. In an effort to prevent an escalation of the conflict that could result in a direct war, Joe Biden, the President of the United States, had stated that Israel should not target Iranian nuclear or oil facilities. Iran and Israel could engage in full-scale war if a mistake is made. The United States, Israel's main arms supplier and steadfast ally, is concerned about getting involved in the fighting and having an impact on the global oil industry.